Dolls that protect their owners from evil spirits have been popular throughout history, from the voodoo dolls of New Orleans to the puppets of England. These dolls were often used by desperate people who felt they had no other options when it came to fighting the powers of darkness. But few dolls are as mysterious and potentially dangerous as the Kachina dolls. These dolls can be found in many different Native American cultures, and each one is said to be imbued with the spirit of a powerful Kachina, or spirit being. In today's video, we will look at the story of these dolls, how they are made, and what they are used for. We will also talk about some of the potential dangers of owning one of these dolls. And we will share with you a terrifying story of one such doll that was cursed by a vengeful witch. If you like scary stories, then this channel is the place for you. Join us as we take you through the scariest tales from all over the world, from ghosts, demons, and everything in between. And if you love being scared out of your wits, then make sure to follow before you start watching. Let's get started. In order to understand the Kachina dolls, we must first learn about the Kachina, or spirit beings that they represent. The Kachina are an integral part of the Hopi culture, and they are said to be the keepers of wisdom and tradition. The Hopi people believe that the Kachina are responsible for bringing rain, for teaching them how to farm, and for protecting them from harm. The Kachina appear to the Hopi people in dreams, and they often appear in the form of animals, such as coyotes, bears, and eagles. The Kachina are also known as spirit guides, and they can help the Hopi people to connect with the natural world around them. The Hopi people believe that the Kachina are always with them, and they show their respect and gratitude to the Kachina through the creation of Kachina dolls. The Kachina dolls are typically made during the winter months, and they are made by Hopi artists using traditional materials such as wood, clay, paint, and feathers. Each doll is unique and represents a different Kachina. Some of the most common Kachina dolls represent the rainmaker, the healer, and the warrior. The Kachina dolls are not just toys. They are sacred objects that are meant to be respected. The Hopi people believe that the Kachina dolls can bring good luck and protect them from evil spirits. The dolls are often passed down from generation to generation, and they are treasured family heirlooms. But the Kachina dolls are not just revered by the Hopi people. They are also feared by those who believe that the dolls can be used to curse their owners. It is said that the dolls can be cursed by witches, and the curse can cause all sorts of misfortune. Some say that the dolls can bring bad luck, while others say that they can even cause death. Of course, there is no scientific evidence to support these claims, but that doesn't stop people from believing that the dolls are cursed. In fact, there are many stories about the dolls causing all sorts of mayhem, and these stories have only added to the legend of the Kachina dolls. One of the most famous stories about a cursed Kachina doll was published in Reader's Digest in 1941. The story tells the tale of a young girl named Lucy who was given a Kachina doll by her grandmother. At first, Lucy was delighted with the doll, but soon she began to experience strange and terrifying events. She began to see the doll moving on its own, and she heard it whispering to her in the night. Lucy was terrified, and she soon realized that the doll was cursed by a vengeful witch. The witch had put a curse on the doll, and now it was bringing nothing but bad luck to Lucy. In the end, the story has a tragic ending. Lucy is unable to break the curse, and the doll continues to bring her nothing but misery. While this story is obviously just a fictional tale, it does reflect the beliefs of some people about Kachina dolls. Many people believe that the dolls can be cursed, and they tell stories like this one to warn others about the dangers of messing with such a powerful object. However, not everyone believes that Kachina dolls are cursed. Many people, including some Hopi people, believe that the dolls are simply a way to connect with the Kachina, and that they can bring good luck to their owners. They argue that the stories of cursed dolls are nothing but superstition. Regardless of what you believe, there is no denying that the Kachina dolls are fascinating. They are beautiful works of art that have been revered and feared for centuries. Whether you believe that they are cursed or not, it is clear that these dolls hold a special place in Native American culture and history. The truth is that there is no right or wrong answer when it comes to believing in the supernatural. It is entirely up to the individual to decide what they believe. There is no way to prove or disprove the existence of curses, so it is up to each person to decide whether or not they want to believe in them. However, if you are someone who is particularly sensitive to the supernatural, then it may be best to steer clear of the Kachina dolls altogether. Even if they are not actually cursed, it is still possible that they could be used against you if you are an unsuspecting target. There are many people who would love to exploit your fear of the supernatural in order to get back at you. So if you are someone who is particularly gullible, then you may want to avoid these dolls altogether. Of course, if you are not afraid of the supernatural and you are willing to take the risk, then a Kachina doll may be just what you are looking for. Just be sure to do your research and find a reputable seller. You don't want to end up with a cursed doll, even if it's not intentional. With that said, here are a few tips to keep in mind when shopping for a Kachina doll. First, do your research and find a reputable seller. There are many scammers out there who are looking to make a quick buck by selling fake Kachina dolls. You want to make sure that you are getting the real thing. Do not buy a doll that has been tampered with or altered in any way. If the doll has been damaged, it could be a sign that it is cursed. Also, be sure to check the doll for any signs of life. Although this may sound silly, it is important to make sure that the doll is not actually alive and breathing. If you do see any signs of life, then run away as fast as you can. Finally, be sure to ask the seller about the history of the doll. Where did it come from? Who made it? And is it cursed? By asking these questions, you can get a better idea of whether or not the doll is right for you. I know the thought of owning a doll that could potentially be cursed is terrifying. However, if you are truly desperate for help, then it may be worth the risk. Just be sure to follow these tips to avoid getting scammed or putting yourself in danger. If you're not sure if you want to risk it, then maybe you should just stick to regular old teddy bears. With all that said, let's move on to our next story. A woman from Arizona recently took to social media to share her experience with a cursed Kachina doll. According to the woman, she bought the doll at a local flea market without knowing that it was cursed. Soon after she brought the doll home, strange things started happening. Objects would move on their own, doors would slam shut, and she would hear whispers in the night. She believed that the doll was cursed by a witch who had been at the flea market. The woman tried to get rid of the doll, but the more she tried to get rid of it, the more its presence seemed to grow. Eventually, she took the doll to a priest who performed an exorcism. He was able to break the curse, and the doll was finally laid to rest. If you enjoyed this video, then I have another video where I talk about haunted dolls that you might enjoy as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.